So, you finally made it, Shulk.
It's you.
Shouldn't you say it's me?
You say, who were you
I
expecting,
cannot wait to see
Shulk?
which path you choose.
You're gonna get up here and be like,
Let us
it's
meet
oh,
again
it's you.
after
It's
you have made your choice.
It's me.
Juju.
It's me.
How?
Welcome, Shulk. That voice! It's Zanza!
Who the fuck else would it be, Shulk?
But he looks different.
You know, I gotta say, I'm sure that like this is supposed to be like he's literally wearing the Bionis or something, but it just makes him look like he's wearing a shitty knockoff Halloween costume.
He's wearing the Bionis and the Mechonis, so.
In addition to my
But yeah, no,
Monado,
it does look
which you kept
really
safe
kind
from
of stupid, like
I was
scaled
also
down like
able
that.
to obtain a second weapon which holds the power of creation. Now I possess all I desire.
I call it Creation 2.
There is no longer any need for the life of Bionis. I must thank you indeed, Shulk. You were of more use to me than any of my disciples. Now that I have the Monados, I can forgive you your betrayal.
Ha! You gonna give him a reward?
Precisely. I will have him serve as my new disciple. You will be granted
cool.
eternal life.
I always wanted a job
Manifold
opportunity.
strength. Death will be but a fleeting afterthought.
Are you so arrogant to believe that the High Entia... No. All life on Bionis are nothing but your playthings!
Playthings.
Yes! You don't know how it feels to have slain my brethren, after they had transformed into Telethia.
What are you talking about? A Telethia is a High Entia's true form. I did not transform them. I returned them. The Telethia are mere cells from my body. I conferred intelligence upon them on a mistaken whim, creating a primitive life form, the High Entia. They enjoyed a brief existence as sentient beings. For that, they should be grateful.
So this is the arrogance of a creator.
As I planned, the life of Bionis existed simply to serve as my vessels and my food. Bionis is nothing more than an accumulation of their corpses and life energy.
But though you feign omnipotence,
Wait, so you give them life to then eat their life, but giving them life depletes your life, so you get their life
I was merely
by eating life.
resting there for a while.
Look, Zanza is a really
Like-
fucking stupid
I was
god,
wounded
okay?
in the battle with Maynard's
Giving
vessel.
life.
I
He's
simply
a bit
awaited
drunk
the
on
day
his
when a new vessel,
godhood.
revealed to me in a vision, would be born. Until I was born. Precisely. I intended to inhabit your body and once again do battle with Maynard. However, I had no idea that I would defeat her so easily.
Maynard.
You did a great deed in granting me a new Monado. I will gladly take you as my new disciple.
We can be brothers.
I don't want to be your vessel or your disciple. I just want to live my life as a Homs in a world without you.
Harsh.
That is
but fair.
most regrettable. You could have entrusted all to me and attained peace. But perhaps the vision of mortals will ever remain limited. Using one's power to change the world. That is a right possessed only by gods.
Is that why you laid waste to Mechonis?
Of course. Along with the beings called Machina, who followed Maynard. They had evolved and become insolent under her protection.
So you're saying us Homs are next in line, eh?
You are correct. You yourselves have proven that Homs
Well, it
are
took
a
to the end of the game, but
dangerous
Ryan
species.
finally fucking got something right.
How unfortunate.
He's the only one who's been paying
I have a
attention.
desire for friendship. But granting intelligence to the lives
Ryan
I
suddenly
created
converts
was
to a
mistake.
disciple of Zanza because Zanza's the only person so far who's ever called him right about anything.
You're wrong!
I like this positive reinforcement. I'll be your disciple.
She grew to consider us her friends. You should have accepted that. But what you were hoping for was not friendship. You wanted worthless slaves. Our lives as food.
Just as I suspected. It appears that I was mistaken to grant
I'm
free
actually
will.
honestly kind of surprised that the majority of this song is played over the cutscene rather than the battle.
The Telethia will exterminate.
It is kind of weird, yeah.
I don't know, it's pretty fitting.
Maybe they just expect people to skip the
Just as I
cutscene.
have done many times before.
Because, like, yeah, like, it has a very clear, like, lead-in portion, and then, like, when, like, the electric guitar rips out, you'd think that would be the part where the battle starts. At least that's how I remembered it, but
no, here we are. This is the battle start. Alright. So, Zanza, he has 3 phases, and he's gonna start the first one by bringing out 2 guardians. They're mildly annoying, to say the least. Zanza's health bar will always be this shade of red, and you'll never know his level, just to make him seem more intimidating, but he's just level 80.
Okay, spoil it, thanks.
The future doesn't belong to you.
Also, fun gimmick for this fight. You have to do one of the burst affinity things to get your visions because Zanza is actively blocking them.
I feel I approach my limit. So excited. You always keep me calm when my strength is fading.
His ads are kind of annoying to deal with when playing as Melia, to put it lightly.
yeah, so this is basically kind of a par for the course first stage Xenogame, or like Xenogame final boss, especially with the 2 dipshit guardians here, like Deus at the end of Xenogears does this too, but unfortunately they're part of his attack pattern. You can't actually target and kill the guardians.
Yeesh.
None can oppose us.
We did it!
You cannot stand against a god!
Oh, also he has some Monado arts that you never get use of in the game proper, like Monado recovery there. Not that it really helped him when he was poisoned.
You mere vessels dare to oppose the will of a god! Then I shall obliterate everything with my unimaginable power!
You know, for being a god with unimaginable power, it sure does beg the question why he's bothering to fight us at all.
Instead of
you
just
just
smiting
get bored
us.
as a god.
Form of a united world!
Why are we even doing this song and dance? Why didn't he just be like, oh, ho, ho, look at you, you're here, just in time to watch the end of the world, and then just, you know, do it?
Maybe he's not as almighty and powerful as he believes he is.
Again, a very consistent theme for the end of Xenogames. Also, basically, like, Zanza is like the king of a gigantic mountain of bullshit, and that mountain is in the process of crumbling out from under him. Like, literally as we speak, so let's put a pin in that one.
Does it automatically change your party, or did you do that somehow?
That was me. Between phases, the game gives you the chance to change your party, so I figured I'd let most of the party take a swing at our god here.
Basically everyone but Charla.
Yep.
Or is this the moment where you subvert everyone's expectations and you use Charlotte to fucking murk his final form?
I want to have a chance at winning, man.
Here we go! Lariat! You're up! Leave it to me! Not bad!
Like, I dig this song, but it's kinda low-key for the whole killing God thing.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It has a great start and a great middle, but it kind of runs out of steam. But there's another infinitely more appropriate God-killing theme that we're gonna get to fairly soon. But yeah, this track, appropriately enough, is just called Zanza on the Xenoblade soundtrack.
I do want to also point out that for this final fight, I switched it back to the Wii version's music because it just has. I feel like it has more impact.
I know! You're up! Leave it to me!
I didn't even get a chance to drain his entire life bar on that one.
How can you have visions? You no longer possess the Monado.
I don't know. It comes from the bottom of my heart. It shows me my enemy. It reveals the future I must change.
The future we see is not set in stone. There are infinite possibilities based on the paths we choose.
Man, I also watched The
Well aware of
Matrix.
this notion. For that is how you have always existed.
That is a right for gods, and gods only! Why should we care?
What's important isn't whether you can see the future or not. It's the will to make a choice, and the strength to seize your destiny. Our time has come. Our destiny is our own!
Can it be? A Monado?
It is not only you that has the right. Every living thing has the freedom to choose the path they walk. And that is the future.
A third Monado has appeared. How can this have happened? You are mere mortals!
So hey, we got a real Monado now.
After all this time, Shulk has finally become a real boy.
Monado 3 is, I'm pretty sure, Shulk's best weapon by a long shot, and
I sure fucking hope it is. But yeah, this was the one that, like I said, when I was fiddling through like with the cheats and like editing the shop, like I came across this thing and I was like, oh fuck, I shouldn't see this right now.
A mildly annoying quirk about the Monado 3 is that when you get it, if you're not using like Monado Classic, you lose whatever Monado you have equipped, like permanently. You can't even get it back in New Game Plus. Not that it really matters, because you're gonna probably just want to use Monado 3 anyway, but just something to keep in mind. I believe for this phase, we don't even have to play the little minigame to see the visions anymore, because we're not even on Zanza's vision clock anymore. And if I remember right, the kanji that shows up in the little center piece of the Monado 3 just says God.
I mean, I would fucking hope so at this point.
So yeah, this is it, the God-slaying sword.
Yep. So yeah, basically, now we finally answer that question posed by Kanye West so long ago. What's a god to a non-believer? Nothing.
Shoot, I thought it was about dragon energy.
How? The power of a god cannot be overcome!
Zanza, this is the providence of the world. Even gods are merely beings restricted to the limited power determined by providence. That power, although great,
oh shit, it's the Triforce.
That voice! Alvis!
I mean, Zanza's about to get cannoned out of existence right now, so...
I am Monado. I was
Yeah, so if it's not clear at this point, Zanza is textbook Demiurge. Being that proclaims himself a god but doesn't even question where the fuck his powers come from.
It is time for you to choose. Does this world
And
belong to Zanza?
actual god all along is either, depending on how you want to flip that coin, Alvis, or, right now, Shulk.
I believe in Japanese, the Japanese, like, dub, Zanza was freaking out because he can actually read the damn kanji.
I have to say, killing God so that you can become God is a new twist on the old tale.
Also, this moment is going to have some heavy implications for the end of Xenoblade 2, by the way.
All that I am is fading. The memory of a god's existence, born from the chaos of creation. It is vanishing.
Yeah, but you were an asshole to begin with, so it was kind of a good thing that you fucking died. See ya. Anyway, plot twist time.
Where am I?
This is my home.
You come from Krypton?
I mean, he does have some big Brainiac energy to him sometimes.
Whose voice was that?
It is Zanza, before he became a god, when he was simply a man of flesh and blood.
No!
What is
the
a
results
man?
have not been confirmed. It's too dangerous.
And that voice? It's Mayneth. Ridiculous! It's perfectly safe.
Oh my, okay. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
But today, mankind moves.
I told you, motherfucker.
Activate the Halo program.
Oh no, it wasn't supposed to do that. Fuck. Quick, undo, undo, undo.
I think we ran out of memory for undo.
I've seen things I wouldn't believe.
Curiosity. The curiosity of a single man that destroyed the universe and created a new one. A new universe. Your world was born. And so, two gods came into existence. Zanza and Mayneth were lonely, so they created life in their own image.
Also, what kind of a shitty god is named Klaus, anyway?
And that was how we were born.
There's probably a reason he gave himself the name Zanza. At least I assume he gave himself the name.
It was inherited by generations of different life forms. But over time, awareness of Zanza faded. Zanza feared this. In order to escape his own annihilation, he wished for a world in a perpetual cycle of destruction and recreation.
Bionis being filled with life. And the Telethia coming to wipe it out. It was all the will of Zanza.
It was. But the truth of the matter is that he longed for friendship.
Well, he sure had a funny way of showing it.
Isn't it how it always is, though?
His future. And our future.
Zanza is the ultimate tsundere, just beating the shit out of Mayneth. Why won't you love me?
Correct. However, that time has passed. The old god was defeated by the new god that he himself created.
Don't you just hate it when that happens?
Yes. That is why I appeared before you, Shulk.
To teach you to embrace modernity.
Alvis, what are you?
I am the administrative computer of a phase transition experiment facility, but that will mean little to you. To you, I am a machine. That is my original form.
Alvis?
Basically, just play Xenoblade 2 and fill in the missing piece. Literally.
Therefore, I will ask you.
Yeah.
What is your wish? Will you
This
allow
has
the world to
answered
continue to
a lot of
stagnate?
questions that.
Or will you allow it to evolve to the next level?
You know, I'm not sure I like this Guilty Spark redesign, but, you know, whatever.
I don't know. All I wanted to do was stop Zanza having his way, that's all. I cannot be a god.
Too right. You're great and all, but there's no way you're a god.
Ha ha! I'm just a manifestation of your personality.
Yeah, no, turns out God was literally the friends we made along the way.
And I don't really know
You
what
can't be a
entails,
god.
but we just
Actually,
want to live
Ryan,
our
did you
life
see
as it
my
comes.
sword?
Eating grub, sleeping, laughing, crying, sometimes arguing. Sounds all right.
Yes, he's right. And being with the ones we love, that's enough. Even so, we change little by little. Every day is a little different from the last. We do not know what the future will hold.
More fun not knowing. Ricky want to have fun.
Life's little surprises are what makes it great. We don't know what's going to happen. It's worrying sometimes, but it's also exciting.
Life's little surprises, like waking up and turning and finding out that you've been forcibly turned into a robot.
Continuously evolving.
I don't know, she seems pretty okay with being, mostly robot.
Yeah.
Well, sure she is now.
Little by little. Each day as it comes. That's how we should live. That's our world.
Forgive my presumptuousness, but I recreated their personalities from your consciousness.
Alvis, it sounds like you don't think I can make my own decisions. I'm supposed to be the god.
Apologies. However, I have good reason.
Yeah, considering the last god that he served, yeah, I don't blame him for taking some precautions.
Have you made your decision? The choice is yours, Creator. Tell me your decision for the future of this world.
I won't decide. The future should be decided by each and every person in the world. And so, what we wish for is
a world with no gods!
Trying to kill me?
I'm really sorry, Colonel.
Sorry? What do you mean, sorry? Squat jumps around the entire colony, 50 laps, now!
Please, Colonel.
I have a family.
Ah, yes. That's excellent.
They can do him too!
So you can take the materials to District 4.
The restoration's coming along nicely.
Thanks to Melia and Vinea. The High Entia and Machina have some amazing technology.
We are happy to help. To live alongside one another in harmony. After all, I have no doubt this is what Lady Mayneth and Egil would have wanted.
Hear, hear. And may it last forever.
Dunban,
Fiora, what is it?
have you seen Shulk?
Oh, he just left. I don't know where he's gone, but he was with Ryan and the others.
Okay, thank you.
Fiora?
Yes?
It's nothing. Good luck.
If you're looking for Shulk, he is not here.
Amazing. It's like you've got eyes in the back of your head. What were you looking at? The sea?
I wasn't looking at anything in particular. If anything, Fiora, I was thinking. Thinking about the future that awaits us all.
Wow. You're so much more thoughtful than me.
Really? I don't think so. I was just answering your question.
But I know what you mean. You're right. We've been through a lot.
Yes. We have. I am grateful to all of you. It is because I met you that I experienced so much, and it is the reason I am here now.
Yes. We're happy you're here too. Thanks, Melia. For everything. I'm glad I met you.
And I you.
Yeah. Almost
Go, Ryan! Go, Ryan! Oh, Ricky really hungry!
Put your back into it, Ryan! Are you okay?
Oh my god, they killed Ricky. Give him out the mouth.
It's salty! What's up with the water being so salty?
Ryan, you're terrible at this. When was the last time you fished?
Oh, Ryan, bad fisherman. Ricky won't eat big fish.
Give us a break. You try next time, Furball.
Oh, fishing is Ryan's job. Ricky's job is eating.
He gives him the fishing pole and Ricky reels in a fish that's taller than Ryan.
Go at you if you don't go back to her with 14 fish to feed all your little pond.
Oh, Ricky forgot. Wifey pond very angry if not catch more fish.
It ain't me she's gonna be angry with.
No, Ryan, catch fish! Catch fish now! Oh, fish!
You must die!
Interesting technique there, Ricky.
Here you are. The breeze feels so good.
It does.
So I have to ask, okay, why was this whole thing in first person?
Why is this the start of Kingdom Hearts 1?
Yeah, no, they didn't want to spoil the reveal that Shulk gave her body back.
I mean, you know, he's God. He's allowed to do that. That really wouldn't have been that big of a surprise.
Really? Oh, I was thinking about growing.
Actually, I think according to supplemental materials, like, Vinea had an experimental machine that she just kind of used over the course of like 6 months to regrow her body?
What am I supposed to say to that?
Okay.
Sorry.
I think?
Okay.
I was gonna say, I didn't know that part. I just thought it was just Shulk just calling it a personal favor as he remade the world. At which point I was just going like, okay, like you could give Fiora her body back, but like you couldn't go the extra mile and like bring Egil and like Callian and the Emperor and everyone who died back too.
It will be full of ups and downs.
Look, you only get to request so much from a god.
I don't know what the future holds.
Once again, I feel like we're overlooking the fact that Shulk is God.
The possibilities.
Yeah, but those powers are time limited.
Anything we put our minds to.
In Shulk's case, actually, yeah, they were time limited. He gave up his Monado to create this world.
Do you remember what the Monado? I mean,
yeah, like Alvis literally said, "Think fast, smartass," or the pop quiz hotshot, basically.
Of course.
Like, you've got like 10 seconds to decide. And Shulk was like, I don't fucking know, let everyone decide.
Is boundless. It is home to not only you.
Actually, does that mean Shulk killed Alvis? Like when he threw his Monado up there?
In this world, all
maybe?
will walk
yes?
towards the future, hand in hand.
I just hope you realize that this entire time I've been subbing out the background music for My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion.
One day.
Yeah,
I can meet them all.
Again,
similar energy there.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a very typical endgame Xeno end Xeno game song.
We will. I know it.
Yeah, Xenoblade 2's finale song is not that different.
Whatever happens, we'll
same thing with basically like Xenogears and Xenosaga Episode 1.
I don't know how to feel about it because I mean, on one hand, it is executed very, very well. Like, there's nothing wrong. I mean, you know, if you're into this kind of game, it's an exemplary piece of work. But it's not that special.
No, like basically like everything that it does, it's kind of done before, or I should say like has been done before by both Monolith and like other game companies and whatnot. But like really the only reason that like Xenoblade is kind of special to like, you know, people like me and Argate is basically just the fact that like it's so far been the one game that Tetsuya Takahashi got right. Like the thing I opened the LP with. Like, yeah, no, it's got some rough edges, but basically like it's like 95% like actually like well done and right and perfect. And we haven't gotten a game like before or since that has kind of reached that level of just completeness out of Monolith, so...
I mean, I'll be the first to admit that I'm overlooking a lot of Xenoblade 2's faults, and Lord, it has many, many faults. I will not pretend otherwise. But, I mean, I can tell you with complete honesty, I actually tried to replay this game when it came out on Switch, and I got a couple hours in and I'm like, I'm not having fun. Like, I enjoyed Xenoblade 2 way more.
I think that's fair. Xenoblade 2, like, it does a couple of weird things, but overall, Xenoblade 2, I think, is a little more of an engaging experience than 1.
I think from what little I've seen of, like, Xenoblade 2, basically, like, I'd say the actual gameplay of 2 is probably a lot better than Xenoblade 1, but I think Xenoblade 1 has, like, a much better story than 2 does. Like, there's the bits at the end that, like, kind of staple both games together, and you go, oh, okay, this makes sense now, like, everything fits together, and so I can see 2 justifying its existence, but basically, like, I'm completely firmly in Xenoblade 1's camp.
I mean, honestly, knowing what I do about like now having this context for what happens at the end of Xenoblade 2, I actually almost wish it didn't have that connection. It feels like Chrono Cross now, of all things. Like, it feels like they took a completely unrelated game and were like, oh yeah, by the way, this is totally a Xenoblade 1 sequel, by the way. At least they didn't kill, like, all of the main... At least you didn't find, like, fucking Shulk's corpse, I guess.
Just to go back real quick about, to the points about, like, this game being something really special that hasn't really come again from Monolith, like, I do also want to mention that at the time of release, this game's contemporaries were, like, Final Fantasy XIII in the way of big JRPGs.
Yeah, like FF13, like Infinite Undiscovery, and probably like Last Remnant. So basically, yeah, by default, this kind of was the best RPG of its time in history. So
yeah, like it feels a little less special nowadays, but back in 2010, 2012, it was pretty great, especially compared to what else was coming out around that time.
Yeah, because like I basically, like you said, I went right from Final Fantasy 13 to this, and in comparison to 13, like Xenoblade was just a breath of amazing fresh air. And hell, I went from White Knight Chronicles to this. So you can sort of see how that's coloring my perception of it as well.
I suppose that's fair. That it's not... I don't know. Because, I mean, like... Honestly, I would actually compare it most closely to Final Fantasy XII, not 13.
Oh yeah, gameplay-wise, this game apes the shit out of 12 like crazy.
Yeah, I think people have said this is the sequel to 12 they were looking for, rather than 13.
But anyways, that's the main game in the bag. Up next, the DLC.